dead.
And we are muted. You guys, we do that every time. I'm not even kidding. We need a Post-it note that says unmute.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to do that again. Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Party of Two, where a married couple takes on a world of gods and monsters. I am Hayley, your GM for this story arc.
And I am Weston. I will be your player as the Azamir Cleric Sorcerer. Complicated.
I know it's a little complicated. For those of you who are joining us for the very first time, we play our game a little bit differently. This is a homebrewed campaign, and Weston and I trade off being the GM when one story arc ends. So the beginning of our show that was streamed was Weston's story arc, and we are now a little bit into the story arc that I wrote and am writing as we go on. Okay, a couple of quick announcements before we get started. First off, we are so on our way to 50 followers, and it's really exciting. You guys have all been really cool about like coming and finding us, which is awesome. So, oh frick, I don't have one of the coasters. We're doing a coaster giveaway at 50 followers.
Oh, I got one.
We're very organized tonight. I don't know. Our kids,
I have got one.
I think it threw us that our kids went to bed so easily tonight that like we didn't really know how to handle it. But these are the coasters that we are giving away at 50 followers. You'll get a set of 4. It is a random draw that we do live on the stream, and I make these actually. So my hot little hands have touched them once they get to you. It's very exciting.
Tell them a little bit. What are they made out of?
It's 100% bamboo, organic, wonderful material, vinyl, and on the back is cork board so that it doesn't move all over the place while you're playing your gaming. It's covered with what is it covered with?
Wax?
A wax sealant. There we go. So it holds up really well over time, and it's not going to fade and do all weird things like that. So that is this. What else do I have? Donations. We are currently doing a donation drive for Utah Parent Center, which is an organization developed to help parents with children with autism. Our oldest son is autistic and was actually the reason we got into gaming to begin with. So we've used their services. We wanted to give back to them. So if you have even a couple of dollars to spare,
it's down below
is our donation link, and you can donate to them. They offer their services completely free. They go to counseling sessions and meetings and school board things and whatnot, and it's all completely free for the parents. So donations are a really big deal. Now it's Weston's turn.
All right. So the stream is every Tuesday night. On Mondays is our Table Talk Terrain Talks, where we will be talking about tabletop RPGs, especially Pathfinder, which is what we play, as well as building terrain and talking about terrain that we build for the show.
Yep, that's
so. Any terrain that gets used tonight will get talked about on Monday.
Next Monday.
On Fridays, we will be releasing podcast episodes. How many episodes are up now?
We are now completely current with Arc 1. So episodes 1 through 10 are available on podcast. It is available on all the major streaming platforms. So Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, Stitcher, all of the things.
All those, yes.
All of those. So it's on all of those right now. So if you would like to, you can go and listen to those and leave a review.
And then on Friday mornings, we also release the VOD on YouTube, which you can also find at our YouTube channel, Party of Two RPG.
Yep.
And watch those if you want to, catch up, or someone who maybe doesn't have a Twitch account and you're like, you'd love this, send them the YouTube.
Yeah, we have a girlfriend who prompted the podcast because she was like, I'm not going to sit and listen or watch your show, but I would listen to it because she's a pharmacist. So she spends a lot of time moving with her hands and just doing tedious work. So that's kind of why. So thank you so much, Tori, for making me do that.
All right. I think that is all the announcements that we have.
Okay. I'm a little nervous, if you guys can tell.
So with that, we'll begin tonight's episode of Party of Two. We're there. Okay. I clicked the
And we're
transition
back.
twice, and I was worried it went back to the video.
And we're back. So last we left off, Anna, Aas, and the 3 halflings that had escaped Ravenel had made it to the safe house and were experiencing their first real bouts of freedom. They were able to rest. They had a wonderful meal where Farmer Magdalen, who is the head of the Bellflower Network, a special organization for smuggling out halfling slaves from Cheliax, was there helping them, guiding them, giving them what they need. And overnight, she seemed to disappear. Aas learned very quickly that she was nowhere to be found. And upon investigation with a very special statue dog that is enchanted named Bruce, they were able to track her through the forest and encountered something that neither of them expected. Something gelatinous and almost sludge-like, a barrier keeping them out.
And not a cube, don't
It was not a gelatinous cube. I realized when I used that word, that was probably not a good idea. Once they reached the other side, there was a distinct feeling of alien difference. And as they came back through and returned to the halflings after their investigation, they began a very intense talk where one Asmir did the zone of truth or whatever that thing is called, and forced Anna to answer some questions that she very deftly avoided. And that was where her computer died. So we are going to pick up just after the end of that conversation, considering it was basically the end of the conversation when our computer gave out last week. And
Anna had begun to ask Aas about his family, not his birth parents,
yes,
who sold him, but what he considered his family. And Aas was done talking
with
at
that conversation.
point.
So we are going to pick up after Anna and Aas have returned inside to the house. The halflings are all asleep in their room, still exhausted from the journey from Ravenel. And Anna, in a huff and anger, turns to you and says, "Look, if you want to ask a question, just ask it. Don't do that bullshit to me again. Do you understand?"
I need to know that it is the 100% truth.
Yes.
It is not anything personal.
Well, it may not be personal, but do not ever force me to try and tell you anything ever again. Do you understand?
Did you tell me anything? I don't believe you did.
And
I
she
did
just
not
turns
force
around and
you.
walks away. She's done with this conversation. What would you like to do?
Aas is going to walk into the house and go to the room where the halflings have their own little beds, their little halfling ones, and he's just going to kind of check on them, make sure they're okay. Does a little, pulls the covers up and things like that. He's been taking care of these halflings for a while, and it's different now. It's still unnerving. He's then going to go outside and once again walk in a 20 feet semicircle in front of the house. He takes out his bell and is going to ring as he walks around in this circle, chanting to set the alarm, to cast alarm spell around the house, just in case anything decides to want to show up during the night.
Are you doing it around the entire house or just
It's
the
only a
front?
20-foot area, so it's going to be like the semicircle around the front door, in case anything tries to come in through there.
All right.
He is then, just going to double check his bandages from early in the day. It's been the same day since they woke up. And then he is actually going to sit out in front of against the front door. He's going to put his back against the front door and sit there to sleep. Very wary of the situation.
All right. As is slumbering, and he is drifting in and out of sleep throughout the night, he catches thoughts almost and emotions, almost like flashes of communication. In one, he sees running, as if he is the person running, swiftly, quickly through the forest as pieces of branches are whipping him in the face. He feels fear, terror almost, and determination. But he quickly drifts back into unconsciousness. He comes back again with more glimpses. He recognizes the sunflower that he had seen before, and that alien, almost not real presence that he had felt through the barrier that they had felt. And as the morning begins to break, he hears one word whispered almost directly into his mind. Help. And you wake up, startled, sudden, alone in the home. In the room. Sorry, in the room, not in the home, but in the room. And what would you like to do?
First thing, I'd like to roll kind of an Arcana check. I want to see if that was spell oriented.
Right, go ahead.
That does require that I find where I put my dice because I didn't grab them apparently before we started
Are
streaming.
you serious?
Don't worry.
It's a good thing I have them all organized really well.
We should never keep your dice too far away from you. All right.
It's a life lesson for you.
But yeah, I'd like to do an Arcana check.
Okay. Go ahead.
See if I think that was a spell or something else. 15.
You can definitely tell that that's a spell.
Okay.
But where, who, when, what, nothing. Just that it was a spell.
He is going to get up and he's going to quickly go outside and just double check to actually, I guess at this point we've been asleep for hours. Imagine the full night.
Yeah, it's been like another 8 hour.
All right, so alarm spell's gone. He's going to open up the door and just kind of look out front, just to look around and see, is anything different, anything out of place? Anyone running through the woods coming towards them? Or anything
Give me
like
a perception check.
Natural 20. First one of the night.
First roll of the night. Well, not first roll, but you see the same thing basically you saw the day before.
Okay.
There's no change in the meadow in front of the house. There's no change in the break that you guys discovered the day before on the left-hand side of the meadow. It's all basically the same.
Okay. I then am going to walk into the house. Is anyone else awake?
You can hear just basic movement happening back by the bedrooms. It's probably the halflings are waking up, and Ana it's silent back there still in her room.
Ana's room seems silent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's gonna go back to check again on the halflings, see if they are awake.
Mm-hmm. Can you open the door? Good morning. Good morning.
Just good morning. Sleep well.
Yes, we slept very well. And Tip looks over at Steve and to confer, like, did you sleep well? Is it, yeah? And Steve's like, yeah, no, we're good. We slept well. There's this sense of like anxiety coupled with like nerves and like excitement from the three of them. And you can tell they're definitely wanting to move and possibly leave and get going, or they're just ready to not be at the safe house anymore.
As is going to, well, Farmer Magdalen had to leave. She had to go do some other things for the network. We're going to be here probably just for another day or two before we're going to leave.
Oh. And you can see Tip kind of physically deflates and is like, okay, well.
Yes, I know. You hope to be to more freedom than this quickly.
Yeah, well, we'd heard a lot about the safe house areas. Well, not safe houses, but like safe areas for us up north. And it's kind of, I would like to get there.
Or you maybe roll a deception?
They're not, there's no deception. They're not trying to do anything.
No, I lied.
I know you lied, but they would believe you.
Okay, true.
You are not.
So
Yeah.
I am going to go out into the kitchen and again find the tubers and other, well-keeping food that is there. And I'm going to, again, go into the room and get all that laid out for all of them. And then I will use, once again, my spell to enhance this food into something better tasting than what it is.
Which is not, it's not gross to begin with.
No, it's not gross.
Very well grown garden vegetables and very, like, the gardening is like a major thing that Farmer Magdalen does. So,
but it's not, they've also been eating a lot of the cook's foods and stuff like that. I don't have a lot to cook there. I don't have a lot of utensils or anything like that.
It's true.
So again, I'm gonna lay out the spread for breakfast. I'm gonna act as much as possible like this is a normal morning, laying out the food for them and everything.
And Ana does come in at that point, fully dressed, sword in scabbard. She walks into the kitchen and kind of leans against the side and says, I heard what you said. Do you think Farmer Magdalen's coming back?
Yes. Are we where the halflings can hear us?
No.
Okay, good. Come with me. And he's gonna walk like as far as he can from where the halflings are. If I need to walk outside?
They're just kind of like back in the bedrooms back there, kind of like doing their own thing.
Okay, I'm gonna walk out the front door and stand on the front like patio, like right outside the door area.
All right, well, Ana will follow you out and shut the door quietly behind her.
I had a sending last night.
A what?
Yes, is a spell that will allow you to communicate in dream.
In dream?
In dream.
So
yes.
Someone sent you a dream?
I believe it was Farmer Magdalen. I think we have to go back through.
No.
Unfortunately, yes.
No. And she turns around and starts kind of like walking away and pacing a little bit. Like, I told you I didn't want to get involved in any weird fairy crap.
She pleaded for help.
How do you know it wasn't just a dream that you made up because we went over there?
Anna, I am a spellcaster. I know a spell versus a dream.
All right, fine. Okay, well, but... And you see, like, her whole objective was to get out. And it's like, we're going to be here another... How long, though?
If you do not wish to come, you are free to go.
Oh, like I would send you in there by yourself? You'd be dead in 5 seconds. You and I both know that.
I have to go. I have to get her out. If she is stuck, I must get her out. What you do is your choice.
Fine. No, like I said, if I don't come with you, you'll die. You and I both know that. So, I will come, and I will keep you safe.
I am more capable than you give me credit, but I will be grateful for the help. I barely made it through.
That's true. That is not a pleasant experience.
Physical fortitude is not my strong suit.
I know.
As you have seen.
Yes, I have. So, what are we going to do with them inside, and she kind of thumbs at the door.
The food stores are starting to get a little lower. I am going to tell them that we are going to go out and gather for the day to make sure that we don't deplete their stores.
Do you know if any of them like actually know how to do like gardening? Because there's a garden in the back, isn't there?
Yes.
I mean, how hard is it to just like rip things out of the ground?
Depends on if they are ripe. I did not know. I of myself am not a gardener. I do not have, as they say, a green thumb.
I literally never tried to do anything with plants, so I am of no help. All right, so here's my thought. Wait, here's my thought. We have them work in the garden, and we say that we need them to do the garden thing, and then we'll go find Farmer Magdalen. If we do not have her in hand by nightfall, we leave. Agreed?
Fair. One moment. I'm going to check the garden. Okay. And I'm going to go back in the back. And then you watch. He stands before the garden, takes a deep breath, he turns to Anna. I am warning you, I'm going to do that thing that you do not like.
Go ahead. It's fine. Thank you for warning me. I appreciate it.
Closes his eyes. Deep breath, and you watch body language shift. Moves and stretches his hands. Cracks his back. Moves his neck from side to side. Popping, which mine just did. And then he opens his eyes. Well. Where's good garden here? Take a look here. He gets down and starts looking at the garden and inspecting it. I want to do a nature check.
All right.
To see
All right.
How well I do on this. Ooh, 20.
Oh, okay.
Dirty 20.
You can tell it's a very well-groomed, very well-maintained garden. There is a small row of squash, and there is another row of like lettuce and cabbage, and
I can tell what's ripe and what's ready to pick.
What's ready to go, and there's some potatoes, and you see some of those root vegetables. Oh, geez, sorry. You see some of those root vegetables and whatnot. So your manifestation of your ancestor 100% knows what to do with this garden.
All right. So I'm going to take a look around, and then I'm going to give it a moment for the effect to dissipate so don't freak out the halflings. And then I'm going to walk back into the house, and then kind of put my hand on their shoulders, and kind of and then say, we are myself and the knight Anna are going to go out into the forest and gather additional herbs and other food. There are some of the garden that is ripe. Let me show you what, and if you would help us pick this food throughout the day, we will be able to not deplete the stores. We want to make sure that the next group that comes through has plenty of food.
Right, okay. And this is Tip. I'm assuming that you've directed all this too?
Sure. Yeah, it's Tip.
Okay.
She's kind of been the leader.
Yeah. And she says, well, you're going to leave us all alone here?
It will be hours, probably a few hours, maybe half the day. You are safe. This is a safe house. Farmer Magdalen would not have us come here if it was not safe.
Okay, I'll trust you. But you'll be back soon?
Yes.
Okay, we can definitely do that. And she turns to Brennan and Steve and says, we are going to go do the garden now, and she looks back at you and says, we've got it. It's good.
Yes.
we can handle this. And you can see kind of like this change a little bit in being given a job and having something to do. She begins to move a little bit more decisively, and she's pointing at Steve and at Brennan and starting to give them instructions, and they walk out the house, and you can continue to hear, like, that's a little reassuring for you to know that, like, okay, they're going to be fine. It's going to be okay.
And then I'll also tell Tip, also, when we came yesterday, we were not in the best of shape. I imagine the linens could use some washing.
Yes, well, that's what we were doing this morning. We were stripping the beds and doing that type of work.
Wonderful. Thank you. You were always better at that than myself.
That is true. You were kind of bad at anything but the medic.
Yeah.
And then she turns around and kind of takes off and goes out to the garden, and the three of them are become
busy.
very focused and
Yep.
are doing the gardening. So you'll probably have a lot of stuff when you come back, if you come back.
Yeah. If you come back.
I mean, not
Nice.
No foreshadowing there.
So I'll walk over to Anna and say, "Are you ready?"
Yeah, I mean, let's go deal with this
Let's,
stupid. No, we don't have Bruce this time,
Yeah.
so we can't just
That was my
sniff it out. Can roll a perception check for me?
That is a 9 plus 12, which will give me a 21.
Okay. Yesterday, when you saw it, it was the most obvious breakage line. It was the easiest thing for you to track, like, ever. Today, however, it's a little bit more difficult. There's been a few more animals that have gone through this line. The breakage isn't quite as easy to see. The underbrush seems almost like it has kind of covered up some of the steps, but it is still a path that you can follow. It's just not going to be as easy this time as it was yesterday. It's not the Matrix this time.
If
Sorry.
I use, just commence and use my connection to my ancestors again and use survival, could I, with survival skill, to be, actually tracking?
Yeah.
Try that
How
different.
long do you have to wait for that spell to?
Just 10 minutes. It's just a
10
focus
minutes.
spell.
Okay. Then yeah.
So I just tell Anna, just give me a couple moments, and I will be able to better track than I could yesterday.
Are you going to do the thing again?
Yes.
Oh, great. I don't know why it bothers me so much. It
I
just
don't
does.
know either.
I think it's because it feels like it's not you. I mean, I know it's not you, but it's
Well,
not you.
It is me. I do not. It is not as if I am possessed of their spirit. It is more that their mind touches mine, and the way that dirty water and clean water would mix, and then it is them and me. So I still remember myself.
So you're saying they dirty the water?
I was more thinking the other way around.
Oh.
But,
As, that was supposed to be a joke. You made it all serious. Jeez.
sorry, but my life has not led to much joking. I don't know many jokes. And Titus did not joke. Really
No,
at all.
I can imagine.
Most of the Hell Knights did not joke.
Well, I mean, I did. But
I
we've
should
established
say
that I am very strange.
That the signifiers did not. I do not know if I was not in the barracks.
There was camaraderie, but whatever.
So
All
give
right,
me a few moments.
So through this conversation and the amount of time it took for the instructions with the halflings and to kind of get the house buttoned up, we'll say it's been 10 minutes. So
Yeah,
you can
I
go ahead
sit
again.
down for a bit and I just kind of focus on who I am, get kind of rooted in myself, and then I breathe out again. You watch the shoulders hunch just a little bit, roll forward, face squints up a little bit on one side, And they open my eyes. Well, gotta go find ourselves a halfling, huh?
Wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
What is your name?
And you watch as a confusion comes across his face. And then it's almost like the face doesn't know what expression to hold.
Never mind. You know what? Never mind. No, it's fine. It's totally fine. We are good. Yes, we are looking for a halfling. And she went that way. And Anna points directly down the broken tracking line of where we know we need to go.
Oh. All right. Natural 1.
So how long does this spell last?
It's just for the single check, really. I don't think it gives like a. Let me double check. If it gives its duration is only 1 minute, so it would just give me a real good idea of where I'm going. I can see it for 1 minute, and then it's gone. So it's not very long that way.
So you essentially stand there at the opening and look down the very obvious path and say, well,
No,
I don't know.
Actually, no. He stands there, and again, you see the confusion. You see the head shakes, and then the spell breaks.
Oh.
Spell breaks.
As? As, are you all right?
Yeah, yes. Oh, that was. Oh, as I say, I touch the essence.
That essence knew nothing.
Well, it's just the essence. It's not the identity, but it is part of them, but not all of them. And
Did I screw it up because I asked a question?
I think so.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry.
So, yeah,
I'm sorry.
My ancestral memories fades out.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Az.
That is. I have never experienced that before.
Yeah, well, you've never experienced me before, so that makes sense.
Well, to be honest, I have very rarely done this in front of a person. Generally, I've hidden my abilities, so it is good experimentation.
Well,
we know kind of where it is.
Let's follow the path that we can see until we can't see it anymore.
Yes.
I guess. So for we're both going to do perception checks.
Okay. Well, I did mine before. Hey, there we go.
All right, so it's a 19 for me.
27.
27 for you?
I rolled a 15. Thankfully, that apparently doing that allowed me to do a new perception roll.
Yes, it will be because you were different people and then
True.
Whatever. So the path is as you get into the forest cover, and the canopy is making it darker and darker as you move forward into the forest. You're able to still pick up the you were able to pick up the signs that you had seen the day before, things that you recognized, and while not as clear as it was the day before, it is still pretty dang clear at this point, and you're able to move fairly quickly through the underbrush and follow the line. Maybe about an hour or so in.
It's that far in.
It's that far in. You reach that point where it turns. The path turns and you see
nothing.
The nothing that you have encountered before. And it still looks the same in the idea that it looks exactly like the forest, but it's not there.
Okay. Are you ready for this again, Anna? Well, last time it was no problem for you, was it?
No, it's fine for me. Are you all right? Do you need to...
Well,
can you...
we will see.
Are you just going to run at it?
I don't have much other choice.
All right.
Well, I will...
Or do you want me to go first? I can go first this time. You went first last time.
No, because
No,
if
okay.
I have difficulty, you might have to push me.
That is true. Do you want me to push you?
Let me try first.
Okay.
I am going to cast a cantrip and give myself guidance.
Okay.
So as I stand there, I kind of just look at myself. You got this. You got this. And then I go through, and it's fortitude save, was it?
Yes, it's a 4-2 save.
All right, so I get +1 on my roll.
Okay.
With my fortitude here, which is not the highest. But it's not horrible. Oh,
Ah!
try again. Hey, not bad. I got 25. Roll the 15 plus 10, 25.
All right, so you push into this barrier and you you feel that same sludge-like sensation you had previously of like walking through mud or really wet sand. And you have that same feeling of nausea come up, and you almost want to just let it happen. But as you straight through to the other side, take a deep breath. The nausea begins to settle and calm, and you're able to get through without a point of sickened.
Yes.
Now it's Anna's turn.
Good.
It's 21 for her.
All right.
So she has a very similar
Fighter champion
experience. I know
fortitude there.
I know she's pretty good. She's pretty good fortitude. So she has a very similar type experience where as she pushes through, it's that same resistance, and she does feel nauseous this time. And as she comes through with it's like, that was worse than last time.
Mine was better. Mine was...
Well, apparently being prepared for it helped you, and it made it worse for me. All right, give me just a second. And she goes and sits and kind of leans against a tree. She's not used to being physically kind of shook like that, because she's normally very good when it comes to physical stuff. So she sits there for a minute. What would you like to do?
Okay. Aas is going to look around and try and I want to do a perception and kind of see, what do I see? Do I see any change from what we saw the last time we were here?
Give me a perception check.
It's a 13 plus 12, 25.
Okay. It has changed slightly.
How?
The foliage around that barrier looks to be trampled a little bit. More so than it would be based on you guys going in the day before and then coming back out. It looks to be multiple creatures, people. You can't really tell what, but you can see the undergrowth has definitely been trampled down. And back by that tree, you see that single sunflower again.
I want to go over to the sunflower, and rather than doing, I think last time I did a nature check.
No, you did a magic check on that.
Did I do a magic check on it? Okay. And last time I got that it was...
Magic.
Magic in some way.
Not strong, but magic.
All right. All right. I'm going to turn to Anna. How are you feeling? Are you well?
I'm all right. I'm fine. And she stands up and she kind of stretches a little bit and says, do I need to pull the sword out now? Or do you think we are all right?
I think we are all right. I might have a way to help us. to find her.
What do you have like a locator thing where you can like just point something and then it like dowling rods? Do you have dowling rods for Farmer Magdalen?
Possibly. So
Really?
I've got a spell. That's called Show the Way. It affects me and my allies. You and the affected allies gain preternatural knowledge of the path ahead, allowing you to intuit the best way forward and avoid potential obstacles such as difficult and confusing terrain. For the purposes of long-distance overland travel during exploration mode, traveling through difficult terrain reduces you to only 3/4 speed instead of half speed.
Okay.
And Show the Way does not prevent you from falling into traps or anything like that, but it does make it so I kind of have a better knowledge of the path ahead and have a harder time getting lost.
Don't you have to have something like a point you're getting to?
No. It doesn't say that.
Really? Okay. All right, then, yeah.
It's more. I think it's more the fact that it's kind of like having the person who knows the woods really well and isn't going to get lost in them.
All right, then, yeah. Go ahead and go ahead and cast that.
So I'm going to boom. Cast. That's one of my 3rd level spells.
All right.
There for my cleric side that I cast. I cast it on me and Ana. And as I okay. Ooh. So I pull out of my pouch some herbs. You watch, I kind of smash them in my hands. And then I rub a little bit under my eyes and sniff it with my nose. Then come over to Anna and say, here. Just quick. And I do the same to her and rub it under her nose. And I say, breathe deep.
Are you drugging me?
No. Well, it will awaken senses.
All right. And
I say, see the way. And then as you watch, all of a sudden you also have this understanding of the woods and of where we're at and kind of where things are at.
All right.
Okay.
She's looking around and like seeing with a new set of eyes. It's kind of like, this is different. I've been really good during combat, actually.
So now I want to try and do a perception to see if there's any breakage in the foliage, like something trampled the front area. They had to go somewhere.
And since you both have this, Anna's going to assist.
All right, cool.
Nice.
24.
28.
Ooh.
So go ahead and raise that to 28. So you...
I'd raise it to 20.
Because it's only 4 above.
If it's...
So it's...
It raises it by 2, but if it's crit, then I guess it's... Because she would have... That depends if she critically or not critically succeeded on that. But yeah, so because I did a 24, so I think plus 2 is what it does. 26.
Okay. 26.
I think.
Did you guys notice how he's fighting with the GM right now? 26.
All right.
You see a very distinct path that makes sense for someone to go, especially if they are moving at very high rates of speed. So you can see where the trees diverge, the path kind of goes one direction versus another, and you're able to kind of follow that. And as you're moving through, you begin to notice the trees are kind of clearing up a little bit more and a little bit more. And there is a sense of lightening as you're moving forward. That alien sense of the area around you has not changed. It still does not feel like you are in Golarion right now.
Yeah.
But it definitely is, you're being able to kind of wade your way through everything really easily. So as you move forward, is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
First off, actually, I am going to, because of the uneasiness, I am going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
That'll last for 8 hours, so I get a +1 on my AC there.
And Ana sees you do that and immediately pulls out her sword.
I don't see anything yet, but best to be prepared.
Look, if you feel uncomfortable enough to put on your weird little shimmer coat. I'm taking my sword out.
Weird little shimmer coat.
What? That's what it looks like.
Very well. So are we seeing again? I'm looking for like trails, like game trails, broken areas where a bunch of things have run through, trampled any areas. I'm trying to find where's the natural path that anyone would go.
And that is definitely what you've been seeing as you've been moving through. With the perception as high as that, with the assist, you are seeing every once in a while down this path that you've been able to kind of pick out through the forest, you are seeing sunflowers. Every 100 yards or so, there's a sunflower. Same type of sunflower that you saw before.
Which I know are not normal. As normal as anything in
They
this
are
area.
not natural for this area.
Yeah.
For sunflowers to be growing in a deep, covered canopy forest.
So I turn to Ana and I point out the flowers. That's not normal for this area. Perhaps it is some sign?
It would make sense. Do you know what sunflowers mean? Is there a meaning to a sunflower? Why is it one sunflower? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to do a recall knowledge and hope the DM will maybe remind me.
You can certainly try.
I can certainly try. 9. Plus, this would probably be my underworld lore, I imagine, for the Bellflower Network. So that would be a 19. That would be a 19. Do I remember because I know flowers are used in different symbols for the Bellflower Network. I don't remember that one.
Pretty much all you can remember.
Okay.
Is that you know that there is a significance to the sunflower, but right now that specific meaning is just eluding you, and you're not remembering exactly what it is.
I know that the network uses flowers to communicate. This would make sense, and it is the best idea we have.
So you think we're...
Follow the flowers.
Follow the flowers?
Follow the flowers.
Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies?
Do you see butterflies?
No, I just like them better.
Well,
all right. Oh, no, it's fine.
If we find a perfect line of butterflies, we will follow them. Fair?
Fair. I agree.
So let's follow the flowers.
And follow the flowers. All right. So as you continue through, you begin to have a sense of being watched. There is a distinct feeling where moments before you had only felt kind of that eerie, unknown alien feeling. Now it's a very distinct, very obvious, someone is watching you.
I'm going to touch my lips and cast message. And I'm going to say, Magdalen, can you hear me? Are you there?
Nothing.
Right. And so I'll, I think Anna's in the front. We generally have Ana in the front for marching order. So I touch her shoulder.
She kind of jumps for a second and she's like, what?
And I cast message and voice comes in her head. We are being watched. Can you feel it?
And she pauses for a second. I'll have to believe you on that one. I just feel generally uncomfortable in this place.
Well, yes, this is definitely a weird.
No,
weird.
So if you say that we're being followed...
I believe so. Let us continue, but be cautious and keep that sword close.
All right. She reaches
So
up she just reaches up really quickly and kind of touches the necklace around her neck and closes her eyes for just a second. And She doesn't say anything or really even think anything in her head. She just has a general kind of like outreach to Pharasma for just a moment. And then puts both hands back on the sword and begins to walk a little bit more cautiously.
I am going to, and I'll send her another quick message. You watch in front and follow the path. I will follow you and watch behind and on and around. I will warn you if I see anything.
All right.
So I'm going to do the in exploration mode. There's something called Scout, where someone's watching out, and it gives a +1 on perception if initiative is rolled. So I'm going to be doing that while we're walking forward and have Ana have trust in Ana to lead us down the path of flowers.
The path of the flowers. All right. She continues down for a little bit longer, and she can tell where the path, there's like breakage and whatever that they've been following this whole time, and she continues to follow that, but she begins to see other telltale signs of other larger creatures. So she's going to make another perception check really quick. Okay. She stops and turns to look at you and says, I don't think we're just being followed.
Do you think we are being tracked or corralled?
Maybe not corralled, but I do think there's something tracking us, or at least tracking our movement.
Do you think that we should continue forward and be wary, or should we just yell and say, come get us?
I don't know what it is. So I don't think, shouting at an unknown element is a good idea. So I think we should wait.
Then we continue forward.
But I do want to confirm this. Let's move quickly.
Yes.
Start moving much faster.
Okay.
Right? So she begin to pick it up a little bit. And you're
moving. Start to run.
Start to kind of, maybe not run, but you're moving at a much quicker pace than you were previously. And for the first time, you can hear to the left and to the right of you the sounds of footfalls around you. And it could be 2 different beasts, or it could be 4 different individuals.
Okay.
But you can distinctly hear it, and as soon as Ana hears that, she turns to you, just shouting over her shoulder, "Run!"
And we run.
You take off. As soon as that happens, those feet go into high gear, and you can hear as one veers off to the far side, confirming, yeah, this is 2 creatures. This is not people.
Okay.
One veers off, and you lose hearing of them, and then you hear the foot pads coming from behind you, directly behind you now, than you did before.
I'm not going to look behind. I'm going to just run.
You just run, okay.
Until we can get to some kind of opening, some type of area where it's less dense.
Mm-hmm. So as you move through, and now at a running speed, you are definitely getting through the forest as it is thinning, and it's getting more and more open, and you're beginning to see through the trees another meadow-like area that you have been at in the safe house.
Okay.
So it's not the same one, but it's a similar meadow that's that kind of opening spot. So Ana sees it as well. Obviously, she's in front. So she shouts over her shoulder again to you, straight to the meadow. And
he's going to follow. He doesn't need any convincing.
You go. At which point, I'm going to need us to roll for initiative.
Okay. You got to draw it out.
What?
All right. Only a 6.
Nice.
So 18 for me.
Okay. 18. Hey, will you get our battle music going?
Yes, I will.
And go get our mini. it's really mini. It's going to be mini. I'm trying to figure out how to pick this thing up. Hold on. There we go.
I'm banging my camera.
Sorry.
Here, go around.
You're good.
Go around. Not to retreat. All right.
So you can seize it.
All right. There we go. This combat is brought to you by our house where we build this on Monday nights. You can come to Tabletop Terrain Talks on Monday nights to talk about how we built this terrain.
All right. So, as you come out of the forest, you are coming through here.
That side. All right.
Where would you like to? Where do you want to be?
I imagine we're right here, just running through the woods. So we come out of this and see a house.
Yep. So as okay, so as we move through the forest and go burst into that clearing, you see on the farther side this huge, beautiful home. This isn't a cabin. This isn't a little safety shed in the middle of the forest. This is a gorgeous home that has been built, and you can tell there was a lot of love and effort put into this. And I should probably finish rolling initiative. I was so excited about getting the terrain out. So
I rolled an 18.
Okay, you had an 18. Hold on, sorry. Oh, that smells good. Oh, natural 24, Ana.
Oh, good, not for the monster.
So, yeah.
Thank you. I was like, oh, great.
So 29 for Ana. That's awesome.
Oh.
So as you come out, you see one
Ginormous cat.
enormous cat right on your heels.
Meow.
But however, at this point, you don't know where the other one is.
I don't.
So, Ana, having the first move, she is going to turn right around you, and she is going to attack immediately with Power Strike.
Bam.
That is a 26
Ooh.
to hit. And does that hit? It does. Barely.
Barely. Oh, great.
So, okay, I all chastised you about not having your dice, and then I didn't have any of my dice.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Do you want your mini?
I repent. Oh, yes. I love my mini baby dice. Okay. So that's 2d12 as long as I can find my d12s. Oh, that's a 20. There it is. Okay. So that is 8.
So she swings.
Well, 14 plus 6. So 20 points of damage.
Ooh.
To this first one.
Slash.
And that is all 3 of her actions. And then the next creature to attack is that one.
Dang it.
And I know, it freaking sucks.
Going after the
Hold on.
the lame. I'm sure that Az is wheezing.
Yep.
At this point.
After this run. So it is going to use one of its actions. Nice. Okay, it's going to after the sword comes down from Ana with the power strike and just slices into its shoulder, it's going to react immediately by trying to bite and attack her with these massive jaws.
Oh, good. She has the armor.
Yeah, she has armor on, so she's good. Okay. That does not hit.
Yeah!
That does not hit. So it is now then going to...
That's one action.
Yeah, that's one action. It is going to, since as you are in striking range, it is also going to attack you. So it tried to bite at Ana, and the teeth just kind of bounce off of the armor that's protecting her vital organs. And in a fury rage kind of sound that it makes, it turns and it swipes its massive claws at you.
I'll just get ready to decrease my life.
For
What it rolls.
Friggin' sucks, man. To attack 20.
If you're adding anything,
hold on. 17.
Doesn't hit. Yay!
Okay.
Squishy magic caster survives.
Squishies, and then it is going to for its third action move. And try to flank.
Oh, jeez.
That way. And however, Ana is going to use her attack of opportunity since it
Was leaving.
To attack 15, 16.
Well, she would have gotten it when it attacked me.
That's true. That is very true. So 20, 31.
Damn,
that definitely
girl.
hits. It does not crit, but it definitely hits. So that's just a normal attack.
Oh, kitty fell.
Oh, the kitty cat fell.
Kitty cat's not very balanced.
So it's 5 points of damage against him. All right. Next.
Do I get to go finally?
No.
Dang it!
You hear coming from the opposite direction
No!
where the creature had been coming, had veered off to the side. You hear this as it runs through the underbrush and comes on this side, popping through the two trees. Guys, this does not stay up well.
They don't stay on the grass very well.
I made the grass.
The grass is awesome. It just doesn't want to stay on it.
Okay, so and it comes around to this side,
all right.
As you see it. Now for its movement, because I'm counting it appearing into, it's like coming into combat.
Yeah.
It is going to move forward.
Do you want my help?
And give Ana big hugs.
Big hugs from kitty.
Goody. And it is also going to try the claw attack. So it comes up, and with its claw goes straight at her. Oh man, and that definitely hits. 18, 20, 32.
Does that crit?
It crits.
Damn.
Okay, so let's go here. Hold on, math.
Yeah.
4, 8,
4
12. Plus strength. Why don't I even have that piece of paper here? 12 plus 4 is 16 times 2
32.
is 32. So that's 32 points of fudge buckets damage against
That's
Ana.
what I'm doing.
She's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Just literally knocked it down by half. Okay, so that's with its first attack. With its second movement, it's going to kind of come around onto this side. And it's staying within the 5-foot melee, so there is no attack of opportunity there. And it's going to try and lash out.
Against me?
Not balanced minis. No, against Ana one more time. because it saw the damage that Ana did on its partner.
So it's standing between you and it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so it's going to attack this time, however, with... It's going to attack this time with its jaws. And it misses.
Good.
As a natural 1.
Good.
So it kind of panthers away a little bit and goes to bite forward, but Ana just kind of decks out of the way just enough that it clomps straight onto empty air, and it's gonna stay there. It's not gonna move. It's just gonna stay there between it.
Well, it attacked. It moved and it attacked.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It can't move again. So now, Az, it is your turn.
All right. So Az is going to run over here.
Okay.
Thankfully, no attack of opportunity.
Nope, there is no attack of opportunity.
And kind of hide behind the tree a little bit. He knows to get out of the way, so he's going to kind of be there somewhat around the tree with the tree in between him. I'm not taking an action to take cover there. And then he is going to cast one of his heal spells on Ana using a 2-action heal.
Okay. Oh, awesome.
Which will then give her back 3d8. It's a 6, 10, 17 plus 21.
Nice.
So that's 38 points of healing.
Nice.
To Ana.
And as she feels that, she shouts out to you, "Thank you!"
Bad kitty!
There you go. There's the name of the episode, Bad Kitty.
Bad kitty!
Okay. Awesome. Is that all 3?
That's all 3 actions.
That's all 3? Okay.
Move once to heal you.
Oh, yeah.
Get you back standing.
Okay, so Ana, back up to the top. She is going to flip around, and she is going straight at that one that attacked her. This time, she is... Yep, no, she's going to do power attack again.
Yep.
Since it's right there, she doesn't have to move. So, to attack... Oh, geez, the mini dice like to go really far. 15, 16, 12, 31.
Woohoo!
31 to hit, and that definitely hits it. So, let's do damage now. I'm, like, forgetting what I'm freaking doing. 12. Ooh, wow. Natural 12. 16, and then one more. 9. So 20... No, what did I say? 16, 25. 25 points of damage against
with
number
your
2.
Judge strength?
Oh, no, I didn't add my strength. Thank you. That's always what I forget.
Mm-hmm.
So 4. So
you had 25 plus 4, 29.
29. Thank you. Hold on. Okay, so, and then for her second attack, actually, no, for her third and final movement, she is going to move away. Will you move her, like, over here?
Yep.
Thank you.
She's going to put some distance between us. All right. Now we got some beasties.
All right, so the yellowy one is going to, like, kind of roar in frustration and is going to come at you.
Dang it.
Actually, because you are now closer of the two
20.
combatants.
Slashy.
So he's gonna come down and kind of do that weird panthery thing. And as it comes towards you, you notice that it almost is like it's not even real. As you're staring at the cat, there's a almost mist coming off of it, and as it moves and it touches the ground, each paw that hits the ground gives like a poof of smoke, and as it lifts its foot, you see burned ash underneath it. So it is going to attack you this time with some really cool stuff. Yep. Okay. It is going to attack you with its claw. Actually, no. It's going to attack you with its jaws.
Ugh.
So as it pads up, it's going to kind of lunge at you with its jaws.
Oh, damn it.
And it's a natural one.
Oh, thank heavens!
You would have been in so much trouble. So it goes to bite at you, and somehow your mage armor protects you and bounces the jaws off of your body. But it is now officially ticked off, so it's going to try doing a second attack with melee, a melee claw attack. So same thing, claw coming out to slash down on you. That's a 9, 20, 25.
That will definitely hit.
Hits. Okay, so it is 2d6 plus 8.
Oh, come on.
6, 7, 8, 16 points of damage.
Okay, I'm good.
No. Oh no! I forgot. Double its second attack penalty. That didn't hit you.
Yay!
Well, because was your armor
20.
class 20?
20.
Oh no, then it actually
It
just hit you.
So
Dang
16?
it. So
16
yeah,
points
16
of
points of damage. 16 points of damage.
Squishy mage.
Okay, and then so it moved and attacked twice. Okay, we're good. So it's done there.
Other one.
The other one, who is facing Ana.
Yes.
Facing Ana down at the moment. He is going to, for his movement, he is yes. Okay, so he is going to move towards Ana and get within melee range for his first action. But for his second action, he is going to do Cinder Dispersal.
What?
Oh, nope, he's not going to do that. Just
okay,
kidding.
good.
I lied.
I didn't like the sound of that.
He can't do that. He is going to do Jaws one more time and attack with his jaws just to try and bite. And we see 6 to 24, and that definitely hits Ana. So, oh, that's nice. 6, 5, 10. Nope, 5, 8. What's 5 plus 8? My brain is very confused.
5 plus 8 is 13.
Thank you. 13. So it's 13 points of damage plus 1d6 of fire damage, which I forgot last time, so we'll just, it's fine. So plus 2 fire damage, so 16, 18, right? 16?
Yeah.
No, 2 is 15, so 15 for Ana.
Okay.
Cool. And then for its third action, it's actually going to turn away from her and go to its partner. But
Is it
Ana
coming
gets
next
an
to it?
attack of opportunity.
Okay, so it's going to go right next to it?
It's going to go right up next to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Actually, can you put him here? Put him on the other side. Right on the other side of the
Oh, he's
tree.
coming for me?
Yeah, on the other side of the tree. Thank you. But he does get Ana does get a attack of opportunity for that. Okay, so she is going to attack 6, 16, 22, which does not hit.
22? All right, nope.
Does not hit it. So it's up there now.
okay.
As it is your turn.
All right. So Az is going to run. Kitty cat fell.
Cat.
Come back, kitty cat. All right, there's kitty cat. Kitty cat's run. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 25.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit right here. Fireball. Third level fireball right
Okay,
there.
Hold on really quick though. With you moving, it triggers a reaction
Oh, hell.
from the dark panther creature. And now it's going to do Cinder Dispersal. So, it is going to suddenly turn into a swath of ash and fire.
What?
And it goes a 20-foot radius.
So that's going to hit me as I run out.
So it's a 20-foot
Yeah,
radius.
it's right there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not going to use fireball because this thing's a fire thing.
Yeah.
I realized that the moment that happened.
Yeah, so so anything that's within the cloud is concealed. So officially it is quote unquote concealed, but in this form it cannot take any kind of damage.
Okay.
However, the other panther kitty is not concealed because it's just out of range of the
But I wouldn't really be able to see it
mist.
through this cloud, would I? Like, I'd have a hard time on
You could
range of
move
vision.
one more time
I could.
and attack.
I instead then, I'm going to cast something different. I'm going to cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
I'm going to try and be a little bit more survivable in this. So what this does is, as I stand there, I place my hands together and then spread them to the side. And you watch as suddenly there are 4 of me.
4?
4
Okay.
of me. You see as 3 other images of me slide to the sides of me. And what this does is that anytime that something tries to attack me, you have to roll a d4, and you have to hit the right number to hit me.
Yeah, I know how it works. Which number are you, though?
I'm 1.
You're 1. Okay. Cool.
So for
I
the
like
first
it.
time,
Hold
I'm
on.
1, and then it changes from there.
So let's give you some minis to beat you.
Well, you don't actually need to because they all move with me.
I want minis for you. Okay.
This is me if I was buff. Me if I identified as a female, and me if I was a punk rocker from the 70s.
Nice. Okay. So, so that's your third action is to
Yes.
do all those. Okay. So we are top of the round again, and as you hear, or as Ana hears you, kind of this like commotion that's happening over there, she begins to move, but hears a shout from the house. And it's a voice we all know very well.
Farmer Magdalen!
Farmer Magdalen! She comes out. I'm trying to find a good...
The halfling mini?
I don't know where our halfling mini is, so we'll use...
Okay.
We'll use a dwarf mini. She
coming out of the house.
Out of the house, shouting, just like generally shouting, like, ah! And she has officially entered combat.
So I guess if she
with
just comes out of the
you.
door, she's right there.
Yep, she is right there. So so Ana will get to go, and then she enters at the same time, enters the initiative at the same time that the light one goes. So Ana turns and sees Farmer Magdalen and shouts at her, "Where the bloody hell have you been?" And she continues to run forward. So she's going to use one action to run forward.
Anna is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anna
5,
is.
10,
And she's going
15,
to go to the
20,
125. Oh, dang it. That doesn't quite get her there.
Well, it does. This one's right here.
Oh,
It's
it's
just
true.
falling.
It's just falling over. Make it hug the tree.
Yeah.
It's a tree hugger. All right, so she gets right within melee range, and she is going to attack again. With once again her power move, because there's like she has to stop this from happening. So
Well,
she's
there's intimidating
attacking.
strike, take down their stuff.
I know, but she's a little
I'm
frazzled
going to die.
at the
I'm
moment.
going to die. I'm going to die.
So she's going to attack that one. Ooh, and it definitely
Hit it, Anna!
That is a 30. 33?
Ooh!
33.
33 to hit.
Oh, it's not quite a crit. That sucks. Okay, so 33 to hit. That definitely hits with her power strike. 16. 17. That sucked. So 17 points of damage.
Plus strength. 21?
4, so it's 21 points of damage to number 1. Okay. Hold Okay, and then that is the end of her round. And because Farmer Magdalen is coming into the fight a little bit early, or not early, but she's coming in at this point, I'm going to let her go first.
Okay.
Before.
I'll control her.
So she has to move
5,
all
10,
the way down.
15, 20.
And she has a movement of 25.
5. All right, there's first
So
move.
there's first movement, second action, moving down.
2, 3.
Do diagonal.
Oh,
4.
right there.
Okay. And then she is going to attack.
She'll help you out.
She is going to help out. It's really exciting. Okay, so she is going to do a melee attack with her short sword. Oh, frick. Miss. It's 21. So that's with her first action, or her second action. She's going to attack with that. But for... Dang it. For her second, that's pretty much all that she can do at the moment.
Yep.
Her second action, she is going to attack again at disadvantage.
Well, no, she used 2 actions to move and then.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Thank you very much, gal. Okay, so there we go. So now it's
Kitty cats.
Kitty cat, big kitty cat, yellow kitty cat gets to attack. So yellow kitty cat is going to turn around and attack this newcomer, because hello, newcomer.
Yeah.
What the hell? And it is a 15. It does not hit. It does not hit Farmer Magdalen.
She's small and moves well.
Yep, seriously. So so it reaches out with its claw to smack, and it does not hit Farmer Magdalen. She's able to use her blade and just kind of block it and swipe it away at that last moment. So then for its second action, in anger and desperation almost, it's going to go at Ana, because it's kind of been moved that direction by the sword, and it's going to attack her 11 with its jaws. 16, 26, 21, and that does not hit. Yes. 21, and her armor class is 22. So so it's gonna bite, miss, or claw, miss, and
Bite, miss,
claw, miss. And now it's like kind of scared. So it's going to move into the cloud burst by the dark one, so that it is now concealed and you cannot see it.
So it's going to move over here?
Yep, it's going to move that way. And that prompts attack of opportunity by Ana. 16. Just make sure. Yep, that is a 28, and that definitely is going to hit. So that's 8. That's 18 points of damage for it. 1. All right. We're getting it. Okay.
My turn?
Now it is the dark tiger.
Dark tiger,
panther.
the one in mist.
The one in mist. The one that is mist. So the misty ash begins to kind of swirl in a clockwise pattern, and as it swirls faster and faster, it begins to coalesce back down into the panther form. It can only hold that form for 1 turn.
Does it take an action for them to unmist?
It does not.
Oh.
It's just like the end
Reaction,
of the spell.
Yeah,
So it is now in physical form. So it is going to turn and go at you, but it needs to figure out who the hell he's attacking.
Well, so what you do is you roll
D4.
for the attack first.
Oh, the attack first?
Roll for the attack first, then you roll a d4.
Okay. All right, so that is a 20 to hit.
That will just barely hit. Now roll a d4.
Say 3.
It
so
misses.
it is going to attack one of your shadow people, and that shadow person is now gone.
Awesome. I'm alive.
It's a miracle. And then in anger and frustration, it's like, because it didn't actually get anything, it's going to turn and it's going to try and swipe one more time with its claw. And that is a natural 19. So it is a 20. Hold on. be 35, so it's a 30.
Yeah, 30. I think that hits. It's a crit.
30.
Hopefully you don't roll. So roll D6 this time.
A D6? Okay. Does it change every time it goes down?
Because now it's 1 out of 3.
No, that's true. No, yep, you're
so
right.
if it's a 1 or a 2, it hits me.
It is a 4.
Misses!
So it misses. All right, and for its third and final,
no, it moved over here.
It's not going to do anything because it did it already. This is why you have a partner that is really good with the rules. All right, now as it is your turn.
Okay. Jeez. I am going to use one of my actions. I want to recall knowledge on this thing.
Okay.
I want to try and know what it is.
Okay.
What things about it. So, I can use...
Go ahead, use nature.
Nature? All right. Come on, dice. Roll well. 19 plus 10, 29.
Definitely hit the DC. This, as soon as that fiery smoke began to coalesce and come back down into this panther, you have a memory of reading about in one of your books about the Fae that this is an Elenonyx.
Okay.
An Elenonyx. It is a bobcat, larger cat, not quite panther size, but creature from the Fae that is normally very solitary, but every once in a while when trying to take down creatures much bigger than themselves, it will partner up with other Elenonyx,
Other ones.
It will kind of gang up with them and try to attack. It is a fire fae, which you have pretty much figured out at this point. And that's basically it.
All right. So I am then...
Oh, and it doesn't really... I mean, it has immunities to fire. So if you had done the fireball...
Good thing I didn't do the
It would have
fire.
not done anything.
Okay. I am then going to... Okay. Now what to do? I don't have much time left.
I'm realizing this is on the far... Can you guys even see what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Move it up. There we go.
There. Just where we all are. Oh, no, we still can't,
Sort of in this corner.
Can't see it.
Here. Let's modify this camera just a little bit for you. Want everyone to be able to see.
There we go. Now you can see it.
There we go. Hopefully we can see things better now. I'm going to zoom in just a tad.
All right. So that's where we are.
So everyone can see us. All right. Crap. Okay, so I know that about it. I've got 2 actions left is all. I want to hit this thing. But actually, most of my high-level spells are... I am going to instead cast Slow.
Oh, okay, cool.
On him. It is a Fortitude save against my Sorcerer DC, which is a 21.
Okay, let me get its Fortitude. Roll the 23.
Okay, it succeeds.
Sorry.
It is slowed for 1 round.
It is slowed for
It's still slowed for 1 round, even on it succeeding. So its next turn, it only gets 2 actions.
Okay.
Dang it.
Do we remember which one slowed is?
Oh, I don't.
I found Quicken.
Here, hand them to me and I'll look through them while you...
Okay, so then top of the round is Ana. She is going to run as quickly as possible towards this one. Over here. And she is going to do Intimidating Strike. All right, that is a 15 plus 16, so that is a 20... what is that? That is a 20, 30 something.
What was the numbers?
15 plus 16. You guys
15 plus 16, 31.
31. So it is a 31. So that definitely hits. So he is now frightened 1.
Yes, down a little bit.
And let's do the attack.
AC's attack, everything.
11, 8, so 19 points of damage to
Woohoo!
it. That is really good, and that's 2 1.
As is yelling out, "Someone come help me!"
She's coming. She's coming. 20. Oh, brain. 20. Okay, there we go. 22. Okay, so it's starting to look. They're both starting to look kind of rough. Oh,
Well, he hasn't done much
flipped it
damage.
over.
No, it doesn't say slowed.
It doesn't say slowed.
I can't find the right. I can't
slowed
find the right one, but that just tells me get his condition.
All right, cool. So now she is going to. So she did the attack, frightened 1 now,
She's
and then
got
she
one
is
move left.
going to move over to you through all of the trees.
So, so 5, 10, 15 right there. We'll put it right there. She want to be
Okay,
right here on
perfect.
completely on the other side of him.
Yeah, let's link him.
All right.
Cool. Okay, and then it is Farmer Magdalen's turn, and she is going to do a ranged attack with her sling. She's going to pull her sling out of her back pocket, and that'll be one action.
Yes, it's one action to pull it out.
So she's going to take an action to pull it out, and she's going to use it to attack number 1 again. Oh, man.
Now hit.
Hold on, let me just double check it. Yeah, dang it. It was a 23 and their AC is 24. You know what? Are we going to allow NPCs to have hero points?
Yeah. I think that you get to do one for one of your people. That's a decision. You are the GM. Generally, NPCs
No,
don't.
okay. We didn't discuss it previously, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, that barely doesn't hit. So then she is going to do the same thing as Ana did, and she's gonna move
To try and help me?
her final.
So 5, 10, 15. To get right there.
So that was her second action, right?
Yep.
And then her third action, she is going to try to attack the dark one.
The dark
Oh,
one.
geez, not to miss.
All right.
So she has her sword, her short sword in her hand, and she tries to swing it one-handed, and it just misses.
Just backing it up a little bit.
I know. I'm
All
like,
right.
we can't.
Go ahead.
Flip
It's good.
to the other.
I've got it.
Okay. All right. So now it is the number 1's turn. It's the yellow one.
All right.
So he is going to turn and come after us. But he is actually going to attack the last person who tried to attack him, which was Farmer Magdalen. And he's going
Boom.
to try to attack with a bite, which is a... there's a lot of people I have to keep a track of. 16, that is 24.
Will that hit her?
Which does not hit her.
Yay, Farmer!
Because her AC is 26.
There we go.
So he goes to bite at her, and once again, that blasted armor just keeps not allowing him to bite and gnaw on things. So then very quickly, same thing. It's actually going to do a swipe with its claws again. This time that is an 11. That is a 27 minus 5. That is a 22.
Misses again.
Which means that it misses
2 for 2.
again. And frightened 1 this whole time as well. So it's negative 1 on each of these. So definitely did not hit anybody. And it's going to end its turn there.
Dark one's up.
So the dark one is now up.
He's
And he is slowed, right?
Yes.
So this is
his 2 actions.
Okay, so he only has 2 actions here. So he is going to attack Aas first. So
I was hoping you'd attack one of the people behind you.
Oh, that was cocked. Let me try it again. 16. Okay, 16
Plus what?
plus 16.
32.
So
Crit.
32. Okay, so that's a critical. That's
Okay,
sucks.
so
I'm sorry.
let's
So 2d6.
So this time, no, this time you will roll. Yes, you roll a d6, and if it's 1 to 3, it's me.
It's 3.
Hits me.
Sorry.
I'm going down.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah, with a roll like that, you will.
I have 37 hit points.
11, 19
Doubled. It's 38. I'm down.
plus 1d6 of fire damage, which is 4. So you're down.
So that's 29. It's like 27. Yeah. So I fall.
You fall. And
Jesus, a lot of damage.
Your double disappears.
Yeah. The spell goes away.
Yeah, the spell disappears
as falls down.
Falls in this moment. And
Damn
as Farmer Magdalen sees this happen and she shouts out, "No!"
I knew I should have just ran instead of slowing him. I was hoping he'd attack you guys.
You're right in front of him. So, Ana, seeing this same thing, instead of screaming, she attacks.
Okay.
And she is going to do a power attack. 28, which hits.
There, yes. And then use your last action to... You can't.
10.
You can't. Dang it. You could have ran to me and healed me, but instead...
Oh, that's true.
Now I gotta...
Nope, that fell off the table.
One.
That's 21 points of damage.
All right.
It feels a little grandiose to say this to myself, but...
How do you want... what's the final blow?
She takes her sword and seeing the fallen visage, basically, of Az on the ground, bleeding, she uses all of that energy and force and takes the sword and stabs it up directly into the chest cavity of this creature. And even though it's hot and it hurts her to be there, she thrusts the blade in deeper, and with the it falls to the ground and is dead.
Yay! All right, so that's your 2 actions.
So those 2 actions.
One more left.
One more. She is going to finish her movement towards Az.
All right.
And then Farmer Magdalen is going to turn and attack at the yellow one with... that definitely is going to hit. 18 plus 18. So yeah, that totally hits. But is it a crit? Hey, Mr. Mathman.
18 plus 18 is 36.
That definitely crits. So she is going to attack with her 1d6 plus 10.
Once again, another fight where the fight ends while I'm unconscious.
Yep. 5 plus 10 piercing. So that's 15 times 2 is 30.
30 points
30
of damage.
points of damage. Once again,
what's the final blow?
What's the final blow? So with her short sword, she brings it around and she flips it in her hand. And instead of swiping up or anything like that, she actually brings it up and over her shoulder and brings it down right into the neck, straight through the muscle and into the heart of this living fire beast. And as it happens, the beast shivers and quakes for just a second and then crumples to the ground. What?
You should probably make me roll for my dying condition before you get to me.
Well, technically, yeah.
Because you both had to do other things.
It's your turn now. So, dying 1.
I rolled a natural 1.
Okay, so
hero point? Hero point? I haven't used the hero point.
Oh, I forgot to give him to you. Yes, hero point.
Haven't used my hero point. Oh, man. Okay, that's a natural 20. So critically
So that
succeed,
critically
I stabilize.
succeeds. Yep, you have stabilized. You are no longer dying. And Ana gets to you very quickly. I'm going to say we are officially out of combat. Music Man, will you please change?
Yes. I am now simply wounded 1.
Yeah, you were simply
point.
wounded 1. And Ana gets to you very quickly, and she takes both of your hands in hers, and closing her eyes and reaching out for Pharasma, she says, "Please heal him."
And so that's
12 points. No,
18.
18 points of healing, and you feel the warmth leave her and go into your body through your hands and almost awaken all of the cells again as you feel it go through your entire body.
Oh.
And she reaches up and kind of taps her face, and she's like, Az, are you all right?
Yes.
Okay.
I need to learn some type of armor or get something. I'm tired of being knocked out.
I know.
I genuinely did espionage, not combat.
I know. Your shimmery little shirt is not really doing much for you, is it?
It does. Yes, yeah.
We'll get you something, I promise. And Farmer Magdalen comes to you as well, and she kind of kneels down onto one knee and is kind of looking at your wounds that, although they have healed slightly with the lay on hands that Ana did, she's still kind of checking the wounds that are
Ana,
open.
do you still have one of those potions?
I do.
Please.
Yes, they're up on the cupboard.
This one?
I forgot to grab it. Yeah.
So these, I just want to show these to the camera here real quick.
Oh.
These are our healing potions, and in them are the dice.
Yep. 2d6. No, 2d8.
Oh, 10 points of healing.
Nice. That's awesome. So she...
Wait, isn't it 2d8 plus something?
It's 2d8 plus 5.
Wait, it's 15.
15.
All right.
So you get the 15 points of healing as Ana kind of pulls it out and gives it to you, and you drink it down. And Farmer Magdalen looks at you and says, "What are you doing?"
You sent the message.
No, I didn't.
I received a dream sending.
You didn't get it from me?
Well,
I was going to return. We were just waiting these out.
Well, now you don't have to wait.
And behind you, over by the house, you see, or you hear the sound of a door open and shut. And you all turn and look. Yeah, you don't need to be laying down anymore. It's okay.
There we go.
It's okay. You're alive. You turn and see a woman in the doorway. She is mid-height. She has long, beautiful golden hair that is braided back and is very, very thick. And as she's standing
her
there,
hair is thick, or
her
she's
hair
thick?
is thick. She is not thick. She is quite slender, actually. But she's like 5'5". She's really slender. She has a very beautiful face, but aged. You can tell she's a little bit older. But she does not, you can see, does not have any type of features that would indicate she is fae or any type of fairy. And she comes walking down the little patio section here in the front and walks towards you. And she says, "While that was not necessary, thank you. Thank you for coming to our aid. Magdalene, you need to be more thankful for the people that come to rescue you."
We did not realize there were going to be large cat... What were they called again? I don't recall knowledge, so I would know.
Enanax and Elenax. Elenamanami.
Elenax.
Yes.
We did not know there were Elenax here.
Yes.
We simply came through the barrier and followed the sunflowers.
And she looks to Farmer Magdalen, and she kind of gives her a knowing look. There's something about that obviously they had previously discussed. And she says, well, thank you for coming. I'm quite surprised you were able to get past the barrier. To begin with, was designed to keep things out.
Well, was mainly just an inconvenience.
And Anna's like, an inconvenience? Really? An inconvenience? And she's looking at you like you are full of crap.
I threw up once. I mean, that's about it.
Well, and she looks at this new woman and she says, well, if it was supposed to keep things out, then why in the bloody hell were those things in here? And
That's a good question.
The woman sits back and says, this is a discussion for the inside. So let's go inside, shall we? And she turns, not waiting for any response. And she walks inside the house. And that is where we're going to end our session tonight.
Right.
And just because I want to show off, I want to...
You want to show this?
Oh, we just got rated too. Oh my gosh. Hi, you guys. Oh, thank you, Ink and Liar.
We can't end then. We got to keep going.
We got to keep going. Are we going to keep going?
We haven't played for 2 hours yet. All right. We're under 2 hours. Okay.
All right. We were going to end. And now we're not. Thank you so much. So, as you walk into the house, you see a beautifully ornate living space. There are mirrors up on the wall, absolutely gorgeous gilding around the outsides of it. The exposed beams of the home itself are beautiful, dark cedar wood that have just... you can tell they've come from the outside. This was a home that was crafted from the things around, but with a touch and a flare of gold on everything.
I want to do a crafting check.
Okay.
To kind of get an idea, like understanding what has gone into this creation.
Okay.
And that's a natural 20
Oh my God.
for a 32.
Jeez. So that's a critical success.
So I know everything. The grains
It's the Matrix
of the wood.
again. We keep going to the Matrix.
No,
man.
this was not the great Matrix. This is, you can see the grains of wood and the cuts.
The individual strokes.
There we go.
Of
Exactly.
all of the paintings. You can tell this house was crafted. There's obvious human craftsmanship in the home itself. Excellent expert level, like legendary level craftsmanship in the house. However, there are hints that there was magic used to put this together.
Gotcha.
As you are looking
There are
at that.
unnatural
The
aspects.
seams are too perfect, and the corners too 100% together.
I would
that
then
is the
like
seams. That was just
to
another way for me to describe it. I just realized.
Cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just to get, again, I just get any magical. Is there magic in the area?
Yes.
Is what I get.
Oh, go ahead.
And then I'm going to actually look at the house itself, at those areas where I see that the seams are too good, and I'm going to do read aura,
Okay.
to try and get what type of magic is used to do this.
Okay. It is definitely detect magic. Obviously, it's magic, but it is transmutation.
All right.
So as you come into the house and you see the ornate trappings and you see how beautiful this home is, the owner is obviously very comfortable where she lives. And you can kind of understand why she was still here with those creatures outside prowling around and making a problem for her. This was not a home she was going to leave lightly.
How long have they been out there?
Well, and she sits down, and with a wave of her hand, you see appear, as if out of thin air, a set of tea fixings and boiling hot water sitting in a tea not cup.
Set.
Kettle.
Kettle.
There we go. And she says, well, they've been here, I want to say 24 hours or so. I put the barrier up, and she points out the window indicating it. Not too long after they arrived. I had hoped it would actually keep them out, but instead I put it up when they were inside the barrier already.
These were in the forest?
Yes, they were in the forest.
That is...
Elenax. I hate that word.
You picked the monster.
I know. They have the ability to go in and out of the Fey realm, so some are native to our world and some are not. And then she leans forward with one hand out to both you and Anna and says, I apologize. This was very rude of me. My name is Alea.
I want to focus a read aura on her. I'm just going to as she's looking at you or looking away from me, I'm just going to put my hand on my chest and just focus on her, and I'll touch her back as she does that.
Mm-hmm. So she kind of reaches her hand out.
I'm going to read aura. I want to see, do I get a similar magical sense as the dream I had last night?
You get nothing from her.
Okay.
And she smirks. Not only do you get nothing, but she smirks.
And she seeing that he's been
found out.
Well, found out and outdone, nods his head. This is a beautiful home.
It is, isn't it? And she kind of looks up and around at it, and she says, I've been in this home for very many years.
The craftsmanship is remarkable. I have not seen its like.
You wouldn't. And she just smiles. Mm-hmm. And you get no malice. There's no malice whatsoever from her. There's nothing but love and warmth and a little smugness. But she is not putting on anything. And Farmer Magdalen comes in and sits down right next to her and kind of settles herself down. And you can instantly see there's a connection between the two of them. They know each other fairly well. What the nature of their relationship is unknown, but you can tell Farmer Magdalen is very, very comfortable in this space. And Anna leans forward and says, so I would like an explanation to the sunflowers, please. And Alea is like, the sunflowers, what do you mean?
The ones that led us here?
Oh, those are still there?
Yes.
I didn't realize those were all still there. And she looks at Farmer Magdalen to explain. And Farmer Magdalen reaches forward and grabs a cup of tea and begins putting things in it and nonchalantly begins to explain to you, the sunflowers are the mark of safety. This home has been here for a very long time. And so we had the sunflowers put in place by a transmutation wizard to actually keep it alive, which is why they're next to a bunch of trees, because they're attached to the root systems. So this home was always a place of safety, and the safe house was the first, and if there was a problem, we would send anyone to this home. So it's quite good that you actually all found it, but weird that you were able to get through the barrier. I barely even made it through the barrier.
Well, I might recommend strengthening it then. Farmer, you know me. My fortitude is not the greatest.
And Anna pipes in and interrupts and says, yes, he vomited profusely the first time we went through.
Thank you, Anna.
Look, I'm just telling the truth. And she takes the tea and kind of giggles into it.
Yes. God willing, you are so upfront other times. Well, if there is no further danger and you are fine, we really must head. The the halflings Tip and Steve and Bryn are back at the other house. They are doing chores, but they are going to be worried if we don't hurry and get back.
Of
soon.
course. And Alea puts a hand on Farmer Magdalen's shoulder and says, just a moment. Let me make sure that they're okay. And she closes her eyes, and you see her entire body still completely. And she scries on them very quickly. And within seconds, she's back to herself, and she says, they're fine. They're working on, it looks like the garden, actually.
Yes.
It's
good.
And she looks at Farmer Magdalen. She's like, you've done a very good job this season. That looks absolutely wonderful. And Farmer Magdalen's like, well, I had a little bit of help here and there. And they kind of have this like back and forth moment. And Anna's like, all right, so we appreciate everything. We're very glad you're safe. However, this all could have been avoided if you had just done that to begin with.
Yes.
And she kind of stands up and she grabs her sword and she says, can we please leave? The whole point of this venture was to get out of Cheliax and get to safety. We are still too close to the border.
Yes. Are you injured, Anna?
I'm slightly. I'm fine. I'm fine. We just need to leave.
Well, I'll really quick do I do a burst heal in the air. So it is 3, so it's 11 and a 1. 12 points of healing.
Oh, nice.
To everyone in the 30 feet radius, which I could use a little bit more healing
I
myself.
know.
So more than happy to do that.
All right. Well, that takes her back up all the way. So
All right.
That's perfect.
And I'm still wounded condition at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll look at. Well, Magdalen, if you will, when you are ready, please return. Anna, let's head back. And he just has his healing staff, puts it kind of over his shoulder, and starts.
And
to
as you
walk.
stand and turn your back, you feel a light hand touch your shoulder, and it is Alea.
You notice he freezes. Like,
Yeah. And she looks at Anna and Farmer Magdalen and says, Can you give us a moment, please? Excuse me. Wrong accent. Can you give us a moment, please? And Farmer Magdalen kind of ushers Anna out the door.
Az
and
looks back
Anna's
at
like,
Farmer Magdalen.
What are you doing?
As he's doing this, Az looks over to Farmer Magdalen.
And she gives you a reassuring smile. Like, it's all right.
Takes a deep breath.
And as soon as the door is shut, Alea takes a step back, respecting your personal space. And she says, what you are thinking is not why I've asked you to stay back. I have no interest in your physical form.
I did not think that, but I do, I do have a slight issue with being touched.
Well, please know that you are safe here. I have no interest in hurting you in any way.
I received a dream last night indicating a possible need for help. Any thoughts?
Those were for me.
You
could have just asked.
True. I am...
Farmer Magdalen does not like to admit when she needs help. And I am not currently in a position to have stopped those creatures. I was thankful, however, that when the barrier did go up, they were on this side and not on the other.
The halflings could have been hurt badly.
They would have been killed.
I myself found myself under their claw.
Do you need anything else? Are you healed?
I am well enough. I have medical training and can treat my wounds, what is left of the wounds at this point.
Right.
I was lucky that my companion has a touch of divine.
I noticed that.
Yes.
Who watches over her? Do you know?
I believe it is the Lady of the Grave.
Pharasma?
Yes,
The Queen of Death does not normally take
interest.
devotees.
Well then, I myself, if you have not noticed, I follow Nethys.
Now that I believe.
We are both touched by deities that do not generally get involved, you would say.
Which is probably why you found each other.
We found each other a very interesting necessity. And
Don't discount the hand that the gods have in your life. But that is neither here nor there. The reason that I asked you to stay behind, Farmer Magdalen is not going to admit it, but there has been a recent development with the Bellflower Network. Our leaders,
yes,
the farmers, have been disappearing.
there.
The main capital cities and smaller operations we have all over Cheliax. We believe someone has infiltrated the Bellflower Network, but we're not sure where.
Is Revenel still safe?
Yes. Well, we believe so. However, there is a leader. Her name is Terra.
Yes, I have heard. I've heard her name.
She is integral to the Bellflower Network and for getting slaves out of Cheliax. However, she went on a mission up to Kintago and has not returned. She is at least 3 days overdue. That is the reason Farmer Magdalen came to me to begin with. She did not want to saddle you with this. She knows you well enough to know that you will not stop. However, that is why I want you to know. You need, and she gets direct eye contact with you. And it's like there's a push behind her words. And she says, you need to help her. You need to find Terra. Kintago.
I have nowhere better to go.
I cannot speak for your companions. They are their own. Your tiefling friend might have words and thoughts.
I go where the network needs. It is my life. They are my family.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Then, and she turns around and where before you once again had not seen it, suddenly appear 2 additional healing potions. Lesser healing potions that she hands to you and says, I believe you are going to need these.
I will not turn the aid away. Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me before I send you out the door, as it is?
And he looks around at the house. And do we have a moment?
Of course.
And he begins asking her about craftsmanship of the house. And like, he's noticing like beautiful sections. He's like, where did you get the wood for this? And where? He's like, and the seams, they are seamless.
And
like,
she goes into detail on every question that you ask. It is as if time is not an obstacle at all in this moment. She is more than willing to talk about her baby, which is her home, to the point where Anna knocks on the door and says, get your ass out here.
He looks over at, what was her name again?
Alea.
Looks over at Leia. Well, thank you for the tour of this. I hope that in the future to be able to talk more of it. It is wondrous.
Be safe. And she looks at Anna, who is standing in the doorway now, and she smiles broadly and says, keep an eye on this one, looking at you. He has a tendency to fall. And Anna's like, no shit, Sherlock. Thank you. Yes, I know. And Alea just smirks at that and smiles. And Anna turns around and walks away. And Farmer Magdalen goes and as you and Anna begin to walk into the forest, you see that Farmer Magdalen and Alea are having a private conversation. And you wait at the tree line for her. It's only a few moments, and
I'm with Anna there.
Anna.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He has turned to Anna. Do you have a preference of where you will go from here?
Away from Cheliax? That's basically it. As long as we are away from Cheliax and safe and free, then perhaps I'll figure out what to do from there. But at this moment, just getting the bloody hell away from that place.
Now, quick, the kind of a recall knowledge, although I don't know if you make me roll on this. Carthago, I know where that is. I would know where this is. I'm not... Weston is not quite sure.
You totally know what this
Weston's
is.
not quite sure where this is. Where
You're
is
like,
this?
GM question, it is the capital of Revenel.
Okay, so it's outside of Cheliax.
Yep.
Okay,
It's on. It's
she's
actually
not sending
on
us
the
back
far,
into Cheliax, is she?
No, it's on the far side of the country, and I'll give you a map. But it's on the very far side of the country, next to the main river that comes into Revenel, and it's like one of the main shipping ports of Revenel. All right. Well, shall we go?
Yes.
Fantastic. And with that, we are
hungry.
going to end tonight's session. Thank you so much, everybody that came and stayed. I'm actually surprised the number of you guys that stayed on. Thank you so much for joining us.
Real quick, since we do have so many new people, just to give the brief idea. So we are Party of Two. We are a tabletop RPG actual play where just the two of us play. So it's just a party of two.
Yep. And there's a GM PC. I am currently the GM. We both trade off being the GM, and we take different story arcs and we weave the story together that way. It makes it for some really interesting and fun adventures. And we are married. And so there's some of our marriedness that comes out where we get a little spicy with each other. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. If you found any value in our stream tonight, please hit that follow. We're going to be doing a D20 coaster giveaway at 50 followers. I don't know where my coaster... Oh, there it is. I'll show it again. There it is. So hit that follow button, and you'll be entered into that giveaway. And...
Yeah,
you can
find all of our previous episodes here on Twitch, as well as on YouTube at Party of Two RPG, and also on our podcast, available on all the major podcast networks.
Yep, all the previous episodes from the previous arc are currently available, and all of the episodes up to episode 13 will be available shortly by Friday.
So, thank you all for being here, and be sure to join us next week as we find out where As goes from here, as I apparently will be going into Revenel and into Carthago.
Kintargo.
Sorry.
Kintargo.
You can find out about these places. These are all within the world of Golarion, which is the main world of Pathfinder 2nd edition.
Yep, so we will see you guys all next week.
And remember, it only takes two.
Good night, you guys.